This is the story of connection. The connection between husband and wife and building a relationship through shared moments. Learn how David's letters turned into a first date and filled his and Heather's life with the sounds of children.
May 25th, 2012. Thank you so much for being who you are, and I know with all my heart that God is watching over you. Do you recognize those words? You wrote those to me during the 2 years we only communicated through letters. We had just met, and every day I would anxiously wait for the mail to arrive to see if there was something from you. Your words were always so uplifting and encouraging. Then one day, you flew 2,000 miles just to take me on a date. It was amazing to finally speak face to face and see you smile. That smile meant so much to me, not only because you asked me out, but because you could hear me. It was no longer just letters, you could hear my words, and I had so many I wanted to share with you. From that moment, we have been talking about and hearing each other's dreams and goals. I'll never forget the moment we heard our first child's heartbeat together during the sonogram. Not just the joy of hearing the first signs of you becoming a father, but also knowing how grateful you were to be able to actually hear this moment. You saved a recording on your phone to listen to again and again. We are building a beautiful life together. With 3 young children, there will be challenges, amazing moments, and a house full of love. And not only am I happy to share each and every moment with you, but I am so happy that you can be there fully with me. I can't imagine life any other way. I'm so grateful for you. I love you. I love you.
Me too. I found it empowering to think about my journey and how everything leading up to today, I'm able to hear and experience life with her and with our kids, and that it was all worth it for every challenge that I faced with it. Having a cochlear implant doesn't always make things easy, but definitely worth it. So I lost all my hearing overnight when I was 6 years old and got my first cochlear implant when I was 6, about 6 months after I lost it all. Most of the time I have to explain it, what it all is, and meeting Heather, she knew exactly what it was and didn't feel shy about hiding it or anything. It was very much a part of who I am, and she accepted it with everything that she has.
I would say it's just so natural. Even for me, it's just part of who he is, and I think it's that way with the kids too. But our oldest is starting to be more aware. Someone mentioned in church the other day that her grandma was hard of hearing and had a hearing aid, and he raised his hand and was like, "My dad has that too," and he was so excited to tell people about that.
And we try to incorporate them to understand how it works, and so it's not something they're afraid of. I'll even let them take the magnet off so that way they can know that it's not a scary thing, and they're very much aware of that. When I can't hear, they know hand signs that indicate what they're wanting, what they need, and they know that no matter what happens, if I can't hear or I hear, I'm always there for them. Music is a big part of my family, and it's also a big part of Heather's family. And when growing up, my mom would play music all the time in our home. She's a pianist, and the moment that I lost my hearing, I realized I wouldn't be able to hear that again. And in order to compensate and to still be a part of it, I remember laying next to the piano, putting my hand or my feet on the piano to feel the vibrations of her music. And that was an indication to my parents that I really wanted to hear them again and hear the music. And when I got my cochlear implant turned on, that's one of the first things I asked her to do was to play the piano. And year after year, whenever I get my cochlear implants reprogrammed, music has stayed constantly the same. While voices might change, the music has been constantly the same for me. And it's been a reminder to keep working for it. The future is to raise our family. We've always wanted to be parents, and so we have 2 little boys and a little girl, and the 3 of them are our world. And as we grow as a family, and family is very important to us.
Yeah, the most important thing. I just picture raising our kids and having those adventures with them and going to their sports games and dance
And I love thinking of the future of hearing either our kids do musicals or maybe our daughters singing, hearing those things and realizing that it is a possibility for me is amazing. To have someone that understands you and to connect on a level where not only can I hear her, but we see each other and we know what goals that we have and where we want to be. And I think just having that connection of sharing life with somebody and not just going through it alone, but that we have something to work together on.